This segment is brought to you by GoToAssist. When it comes to gaming right now, you've either got the casual, smudgy screen or the hardcore. Actually, this is a pink controller.
Hey.
Pink controllers can be hardcore too.
Yes, it can.
You're here to marry them both.
Yes.
Are you going to pronounce them BFFs?
Husband and wife.
Yeah, there you go.
I was going to say husband and wife, and I was like, but it's pink, so
whatever.
I guess
Who
that
cares?
could be the wife.
Change the whole gender boundaries thing.
There's
whatever.
a lot of guys at the conventions who get the pink rubber ducky or the purple one.
I love doing that too.
I do too.
Yeah.
So yeah, my whole goal today was actually to get the PlayStation controller to pair Bluetooth-wise with the Nexus 7 and be able to play a game like normal and not have any issues.
Well, I love this idea because, there's so many great emulators for Android now. There's, you could do PlayStation 1 games, no problem. And how natural is it to have a 7-inch tablet and a PlayStation controller and play some PlayStation games?
So much fun. So first off, it was really important that we had one of these little guys.
Oh, the OTG.
Yes, the OTG. So basically, the terminology, the USB OTG cables, these are OTG devices that can play host to another USB device. And they can also drop the host role whenever they're plugged into a USB host device as well. OTG cables have a micro A plug on one side and a micro B plug on the other. Apparently, according to most terminology, they can't have two plugs of the same type on them, but we totally...
Unless you're a cause cable.
We totally changed that with our cause cables in the hack shop, which are awesome.
Good stuff.
Yes. So the micro A plug, it has the 5th pin on it. This is called the ID pin, and it's grounded. And then on the B plug, there's a floating ID pin. And the A side is the power supply, which is the reason for that grounded plug. And then the B side is the power consumer. So the B side always brings in, or always takes the power.
Aha.
So very
Transference of energy. And actually, this is we did not look too closely into the spec when we first got into making those cause cables.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of cables that just kind of
We have a
forked.
box of cables that have a floating 5th pin on both sides.
That's okay.
Nobody's OTG, nobody's power. It's, But the idea is you basically just short the 5th pin to, I just go with the shielding, because there you go, it's grounded. And then on the other side, you just don't do anything. Like your little hacked cable,
that's kind of jittery when you plug it in.
Dude. Well, I mean, that's...
Oh, do you have it on you?
No, but that's what these are for, Need to fix my cable.
Right.
Anyway, yes.
Okay, so the first thing we had to do was go over to this website called wugfresh.com, and we needed to root my Nexus 7. When we first tried to do this hack, we actually ran into a problem with Bluetooth pairing the PlayStation controller. It worked at first whenever it was plugged in with its nice little micro USB cable. I guess this is micro.
That's a mini.
Mini USB cable.
Yeah, and that turns it into micro.
Yes. So it worked at first whenever I plugged it into the Nexus 7, but it wouldn't pair Bluetooth, and I had so many issues with this.
Yeah, that's the thing, is the stock ROM doesn't support the PlayStation 3 controller over Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is kind of great, though, that Google or whoever had the foresight to say, hey, we're going to support game controllers right out of the box by USB. And so if you don't want to go through the process of rooting, most of what you're talking about is going to apply even if you're just using it just plugged right in with an OTG adapter. And that's kind of cool, because I know a lot of people are, especially after seeing what ownage can be done with P2P ADB, maybe they just don't want to root,
So it's understandable, but I was still having issues. So I said, okay, let's root the Nexus 7.
But that was a pretty simple process, right?
Oh my God, it was so easy. So I downloaded this toolkit right off the website, and I'll have a link directly to it on our show notes, so it's super easy to follow. You just do the initial setup, and then you unlock it, and the whole time you're following these on-screen directions, and then you click this root button, and it says, okay, follow these directions, wait for it to boot, and then there you go, you're completed. Success! See,
no, that's exactly it, though. There you go, you're completed. No, not success. There's one more step.
By the way!
Lock it again. Lock your bootloader again. As Cause has demonstrated, you don't want to leave it unlocked.
Now, how do you do that?
We'll have to go back and do that. I don't know if the tool supports doing that.
Do I have to go in here and do some crazy stuff?
No, you would use the tool to do that. You would just lock the bootloader again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that way somebody can't come and cold boot, or not cold boot you, but yeah, we will.
Hack my thing with an OTG and a USB rubber ducky.
Whoop. Hey,
what?
Stop it. All right, move on.
What? Okay, so the next thing I needed was the 6-axis controller app. When I first downloaded it, I was like, cool, so let's pair it. Oh, this isn't working. Oh, I need to root it. So I rooted the device, downloaded the 6-axis controller app, and I'll go back to the main menu. See changes, want to exit, yes. Go back a couple of times. Okay, so this is the main screen on the 6-axis controller app. And basically what you have to do is pair your Sony controller with the Nexus. So you plug in the controller, you press start to find the device, and then you just follow the directions. So what I did was plugged in the controller. Haha, hence why we have the OTG cable. Plug this in, and then, okay, so I'll flip that on.
Aha, and there you go. You have the input method to choose between US English Android keyboard, the default, and the 6-axis controller right here. So it identifies it.
So that's great, but I also want to make sure that it knows that it's a Sony PlayStation controller, and I pair it.
Aha,
so what I did
you can already start using it.
Yeah, so you can start
over
using
USB. See how that's moving the menus around?
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
So at first what I did was click start right here, and then it would give me a whole bunch of directions down at the bottom, and eventually it would say completed, so I'm good to go. Yay!
So you only have to do that once, though, to pair it.
Yeah, you only have to do it once, and then it is paired for good. And then I can unplug the controller, like so, and you'll see it moving around on their screen, like that.
Aha, there you
see
go.
That? Check it out. Yeah, so we
cool.
know it works. Even on 6-axis controller. Now, when you first go to a video game after doing this, you're going to find that the controls are totally screwy. Like you run straight ahead and on the analog stick, and you're running sideways. And you're like, what's wrong with this? And then you try to hit the gun, and the gun's paired with like, you know, L2 or something. It's not going to work right, you know? It's not normal gameplay.
Well, because, I mean, isn't the PlayStation controller just emulating touching the screen for you? Or emulating keyboard? I mean, how many of these games expect you to, like, plug in a keyboard?
Exactly. So you're having issues, right? So what you have to do is go back into the 6-axis controller app, click on the menu button, these 3 little periods at the top, click Preferences, and then choose Touch Emulation. So if you click on touch emulation, you want to create or edit a touch profile. So edit touch profile, and then double tap for menu. So you double tap on here, and you can create a new one if you wanted to by adding your own keys.
So add button.
So you can add buttons.
Oh, there you go, R2, R3.
So I could choose the analog stick, and I can move it around on here wherever I want it to actually touch with Bluetooth on the screen.
So now, when I move this, that's
See?
where that's going to be.
Yep,
oh,
exactly.
Cool.
Now, I already did a mapping feature on here, so I'll go ahead and exit that one and start a new one. I guess I could just load it straight from there. So load dead trigger. So this is my dead trigger one.
How did you get the image to be like that?
Isn't that awesome? So there's this really, really helpful forum post online. We had to look around for it a little bit. It was Nexus 7 PlayStation controller mapping profiles, and I'll put the link in the show notes for that as well. They have a list of downloaded mapping .rars, and then they also have screenshots if you want to do it that way.
Okay.
So I saved the screenshot. I emailed it to myself on here on this Google Gmail app, and then I just saved the image onto my Gmail. So in here, I was able to double click.
I guess you can take a screenshot too. You could, like, I think on the Nexus it's like power button and volume or something.
Yeah. So I got my
screenshot,
and then back here I put edit background.
Okay.
And then I just edited the picture, and I was able to move it around so that it would match the game, the actual game controls.
And so this is a screenshot of the game.
This is a screenshot of the game, and these little controls, I can move them around and have them match the little icons on the image.
So if I move this, for instance, I can see that there's actually one underneath it, and you just need to put that on top of there.
Yep.
Put this guy on top of there.
So like that one's the start button, which pauses the game. So now when I press the start button, it'll think I'm pressing right there and pause the game, etc., etc. So after I've done that, I want to make sure that I save it. So I save, dead trigger. Now if you're making a new one, we found out the hard way that since you have it paired with this, there's no keyboard on the screen.
It thinks this is the keyboard, but this isn't creating keystrokes.
Yeah, there's no keystrokes. So before you actually paired it, cut on the 6-axis program, you need to plug it in with the OTG cable and type in the keyboard name.
Or I can imagine, remember that pop-up just kept on coming up and saying, hey, what do you want to use, the Android keyboard or your PlayStation controller?
So you can change it.
Yeah, but you can't change it once you're already in here.
Yeah, once you're in here and you've already made your profile all beautiful.
Because
so
it's all
if
full
you
screen.
have that problem, just grab one of your nice handy dandy keyboards and plug it in with an OTG cable and you can type it in.
Oh, dude, I just had a total idea for a hack that has nothing to do with video games here. But if Paul, for instance, were to use a VNC app on this, he would be able to like VNC into his Mac, right? His Mac has the control software that changes the camera switching. Oh, so if Paul like clicks here, it switches to camera 1. Paul clicks there, it switches to camera 2, and then he could map the PlayStation controller to do those presses.
That would be so cool.
Although that's really like is relaying from this to the Nexus through VNC to Paul's Mac, so I guess you would just take out the middleman. But still, it's pretty cool.
So if you don't have an image on the back in your 6-axis controller app for your new mapping configurations, it might take a few times going back and forth between the game and the 6-axis controller application to actually get everything correct on your keyboard.
So best to just take a screenshot and bring it in.
So yeah, it's easiest to do that. You still have to move the screenshot around in the application to get it perfectly square or
let's see it
on here.
How good is it?
That.
All right.
And then
overwrite it. Sure.
Okay, so we have it ready to go. We're going to click into the game. This is the game right here. And I'll let you try it out.
Huzzah. What do I do? Let's see.
Click resume.
Okay. What's shoot?
So shoot is, I believe it's the square maybe? Yeah.
Oh, zombies are getting me.
There you go.
Oh, I just shot a zombie in the head.
Nice, yes. For your controller and frame. There you go.
Oh, there we go. All right. Sorry about that, Paul.
Now, can you tell that the configuration is a little bit off?
It's a bit
stiff. You can see the mouse down here whenever you're controlling the analog stick.
Yeah, I mean, I can look around this way, I can move this way.
Hey, mission success.
I didn't even have to do anything.
So
that
apparently
was awesome.
it works correctly.
There
but
you go.
You'll notice that some of the configurations are a little off. You might have to go in, and even though the image looks perfect, you might have to move it around a little bit. And you can also, what is nice about 6-axis is that if you're left-handed or if you're right-handed or if you prefer to have the trigger on the right side or something like that, you can switch it,
which
is
so great.
It's so nice.
I want to play emulators on the bus now.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
Although then you need a stand.
Well, sure, but get yourself. The nice thing is though that if you root it, you can go Bluetooth, and then you don't have that. Then you're not that dork on the bus with the cord going to your.
And I know there's a couple of apps coming out recently, or a couple of tablets coming out that actually have a controller like stuck on it.
Oh, didn't you talk about one of those on App Judgment?
I did, yeah. On App Judgment, I talked about the WikiPad with Anthony Carboni. And
so it has nothing to do with Wikipedia?
No, it's just called the WikiPad,
okay.
And it's an Android tablet, and it has a built-in controller to it. But this is great because you're not spending the extra cash.
Hell, I could use my phone.
Built-in controller, you can use your phone.
Then I could just have to walk around with a pink controller in my pocket everywhere I go. That's.
You know what? That's okay.
Let's go. I'm ready. Let's land.
It means that you're totally, decent with yourself. You're happy.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
You're comfortable.
Ooh, yeah. A belt buckle with like a big like. I'm ready to go. Huh?
But you have to have it upside down so you can play
you're right, you're right.
at the same time.
So I can look down and play with my. Let's move on. So coming up soon, we're going to have some awesome email questions from you guys where we talk about sidejacking. But before then, we're going to thank one of our awesome sponsors. We'll be right back. In IT, it's challenging enough when your team is all working in the same office, let alone when you're all supporting remote users remotely, as remote is. That's the way that works. And that's why you need GoToAssist by Citrix. You can take control of your entire IT environment with one simple cloud-based platform. And so with GoToAssist, you can keep track of all your systems, keep them up and running, and keep all of your users supported. You can provide live and unattended support from anywhere. Get this, they've even got an iPad app. So dude, remote assistance from your iPad. How cool is that? And with GoToAssist monitoring, you get this customizable dashboard that displays all of the performance of your network, your servers, your desktop, so you can have like proactive alerts that say, hey dude, you're running out of space on the C drive on that NT4 server. Maybe it'll say you might want to upgrade your NT4 server, but otherwise it's like, take care of those little problems before they become a huge headache. Make yourself look like an IT hero. I've been using GoToAssist products for the last couple of years, and let me tell you, it has saved my bacon when I was doing systems administration work. I wouldn't want to do IT again without it. They're really easy to use. It sets up in just minutes, and it's from Citrix, so it's like they're a trusted leader in IT. So go ahead and sign up today. They've got a special offer just for us. It's a free trial. Visit gotoassist.com. Click on the Try It Free button and use the promo code HAK5. That's gotoassist.com with the promo code HAK5.